When I was a kid, I pretended I was Superman.
Good morning, Unity Athens. We have some music from Debbie Schroet today.
Sometimes I was Wonder Woman, Amazon goddess of truth. This was the birth of my superpowers, imagining power of my youth. I wasn't born with a red cape to rise above the limits of mankind. I never was in the best shape, but I got out and snatched the power of mine. When my consciousness is bathed in Christ's pure light, I'm connected deeply with the divine. That's how I live by faith and not by sight. My atom smashing power of mine. I've got atom smashing power of mine. My superhero invisible identity is the energizing stuff of God inside of me. Yes, it's true, I'm wholly human. My feet don't leave the ground, but I can overcome my trials, and nothing can hold me down. I wasn't born with a red cape to rise above the limits of mankind. I never was in the best shape, but I got out and smashing power of mine. When my consciousness is bathed in Christ's pure light, I'm connected deeply with
Good morning, everyone. This song is from Debbie Schroet, our beloved Debbie.
not by sight. My atom smashing power of mine. I've got atom smashing power of mine. It shouldn't be a mystery. Christ said we do greater things than He. Do you believe? I wasn't born with a red cape to rise above the limits of mankind. I never was in the best shape, but I got atom smashing power of mine. When my consciousness is made in Christ's pure light, I'm connected deeply with the divine. That's how I live by faith and not by sight. My atom smashing power of mine. I got atom smashing power of mine. I got atom smashing power of mine.
Wow, that was from Debbie Schroet. We've got one more song from Debbie, and good morning.
It's a beautiful day to be alive. It's a beautiful day to be with you.
It is a beautiful day. Welcome to Unity Athens. Good morning, everyone. That beautiful song was from our dearly beloved Debbie Schroet. And now we have a prayer from Martha Cook, one of her beautiful prayers. So perhaps center, get comfortable, quiet the mind, and join Martha and all of us from Unity Athens in prayer.
With a deep breath together and softly now, we drop into our hearts and we feel our heart connection with each other and with all. Breathing in love and breathing out love to all. We feel our connection with infinite spirit, all that is, universal oneness, the holy mystery. We breathe into that connection together now, feeling the infinite love and knowing our mind as part of divine mind, knowing our hearts as part of the one love, knowing we are never separate from absolute good, and knowing the truth that we are divine, infinite, and eternal beings. Resting in this sacred, sweet energy of divine wholeness and feeling our oneness with God, we know we are part of this infinite goodness, infinite wisdom, and infinite love. Filled to overflowing with gratitude, filled with divine grace, we say, thank you, God, and so it is. Amen.
Today's daily word is being read by Rosemary Segretti. Thank you, Rosemary.
The daily word is let go, let God. I do what is mine to do and release the rest. Over the years, I have accepted more and more responsibility as I have grown in maturity and experience. I have also grown in wisdom as I am able to discern what is mine to do. I have learned what to take on and what to leave for others. I have also learned not to exhaust myself by taking on too many commitments. Perhaps most important, I know when to use my will and determination to make things happen and when to let go. I recall times in my life when I felt frustrated that events did not unfold the way I had expected. I can now see how they unfolded perfectly, often in ways better than I could have imagined. I now let go easily, trusting in that perfection. And from the Acts chapter 17, verse 28, in him we live and move and have our being, as even some of your own poets have said, for we too are his offspring. Thank you.
Word. I felt like it was written just for me. I was smiling here at Kevin. And Kevin Thompson is here today. We stay masked unless I need to talk, which I do need to talk a lot. And good morning. Welcome to Unity Athens. If you're here with us for the first or second time, please let us know that. Send up a little note if you can, or you can email us at unityathens@gmail.com. We are enjoying this almost year of meeting virtually, and we are considering opening at some point in the future to limited seating, perhaps at first, but we'll let you know. We'll keep you apprised of that. But most of all, we're glad that you are with us today. We are delighted to feel your presence, and yes, indeed, I can feel it right through the camera lens, knowing that so many of you are watching and sharing and also watching it on replay. So thank you for being here. You support us with your love and your presence and your prayers. For today's Unity Nugget, I'm going to read from the new Lenten booklet published by Unity. It's called Release and Renew, a spiritual practice for Lent 2021. And each of these days in this booklet has something to release, and then the next day has something to embrace or to absorb. So I'm reading for Saturday, February 20th, yesterday of course, and this is written by Reverend Margot Ford of Unity Spiritual Center in Waco, Texas. On her release page, she released The Habit of Judging Others, and on this page it is, I renew my commitment to see the divine in all beings. She says this, a friend gave me a bumper sticker that says, love thy neighbor, and in parentheses, no exceptions. While I completely agree, putting it into practice can sometimes be challenging. Little effort is required to see the divine in people who think, speak, and act in ways that are comfortable and similar to mine. Yet I may need to remind myself that as difficult or unpleasant as other folks can seem, they are too expressions of the divine. It becomes easier when I remember the disciples that Jesus chose were ordinary people with human flaws. Yet he said to them, love one another as I have loved you. John 15, verse 12. Jesus offered them unconditional love. Unconditional love. Looking past their imperfections to see the divinity within them. We are called to do that as well, to see the divine in one another, no exceptions. As I increasingly experience God's presence in all humankind, I am filled with joyful awareness that all the earth's creatures are infused with the life energy of God as well. Deepening these understandings, I renew my commitment to see the divine in all beings. And from Psalm 82, verse 6, I say, you are God's, children of the Most High, all of you. And I would like to say that to all of us today, all of you. You are God's, children of the Most High, all of you, all of us. Again, from Reverend Margot Ford in our Unity booklet. If you would like a Lenten booklet, you can download it at unity.org under publications. You can ask them to send you a free booklet, but we are happy to give you one. And if you would like to stop by our building today from about 12:15 or so until about 1:30 or 2, we'll let you know. If you want to text us first, should be here until 2. You can get a free booklet and some other booklets that we have available. And also, if you would like to have your giving statement from last year, those are complete and they will go out in the mail tomorrow. But if you would like to stop by and get that too today, that's fine. And you get a blessing along with it. Happy to meet you at a distance with masks on and give you a blessing for you and yours and some free goodies like these booklets. Which leads us right into announcements. Yay, announcements. And we do have a number of them today. I'll be brief. You can find much more information in our weekly e-newsletter, which comes out usually on Friday night or Saturday. And just let us know if you're not getting that at UnityAthens@gmail.com. First of all, our membership renewal cards are ready for the members that would like to renew this year. Please renew if you're a member. And we will have them online at our website shortly, I believe, in the next day or two. We can also get one to you, or you could stop by today, or we can put one in the mail for you. If you would like to become a member, we have been planning the new member classes, and they should be starting pretty soon, probably in a week or so, and I will be talking to everyone that has expressed interest in attending the class and becoming a member. If we haven't spoken about it yet, please reach me at UnityAthens@gmail.com or via phone, and I can give you that number in the email. Also, our annual town hall meeting, where we vote for new board members. Yeah, oh, they're already here. The crowds are coming. That'll be on March 14th, after the service. Our service on March 14th, about 3 weeks from now, will end about 11:45, and then we will switch over to a Zoom format so that we can see each other and share the screen and put up some documents. It's going to be fun. It also will be brief. There's not going to be a free lunch like there usually is, but maybe you have a free lunch at home, and we hope you will attend for that. Members are welcome. Congregants and friends of Unity Athens are welcome. New folks are welcome. Just you can learn more about us and what we're doing and how this year has gone for us financially pretty well. And we'd love to see you there. So thank you for that. I'm sure there's some more announcements where I will probably remember them later. But for now, let's think about meditation. Let's think about perhaps some guidance or nudges that we would like to receive during meditation. If you're new to meditation at Unity Athens, we play some quiet music in the background, and then take about 2 to 3 minutes during the meditation time for deeper silence. Why? Because we feel that helps us connect. We're always connected to spirit, but it helps us realize that connection even more deeply, to have that quiet, to know that we are open to receiving guidance, and just to even still and sort of cleanse or let things go, release things from the mind in that time of quietude. I'm going to walk up into the altar area. You may not hear me because the mic will be off, but last week I had it off and I was louder than with the mic on, so we don't know about the technology end of that. But don't let that concern you one way or the other. The point is, just think about our breathing, to center comfortably, and then to go deeper into partly guided meditation and time for silence. Will you join me now? You can also stand during meditation if that's comfortable for you. We think about our breathing, taking deep breaths and holding them as long as we are comfortable, and then releasing. If thoughts come in, release them. Brush them away or acknowledge them and let them go. Still the mind and still the body. Perhaps put your feet on the floor or on Mother Earth if you're outside, or picture the healing essences and ions of Mother Earth coming up to embrace you with healing and energy and renewal and refresh. Use this time of meditation and prayer to send out love and light to those that are on your heart or on your mind, seeing them as that divinity and pure spirit that they truly are. as we breathe and relax and meditate together now. Abundance, guidance, energy, strength, and wisdom. Pure love. Allow peace to flow through us and out into the world. We are a source of God's peace and love and light. We send out healing. Send out comfort. We send out love. As we enter into the silence on a deeper level, as we enter into the peace that passeth understanding. And we breathe. We float in the consciousness of spirit. We gift ourselves with this time of quietude and gentleness toward ourselves. We renew our wells of courage and strength and health, loving kindness, understanding, wisdom, faith. Most of all, I think, love. When we love ourselves enough to take time to recognize and strengthen the gift we have of connecting with the divine. Opening our eyes when we're ready, perhaps with a self-hug, perhaps turning on the lights. Remembering that we can give ourselves that gift, indeed, at any time. Thank you for joining us in meditation. The title of our message today is the Armadillo card. I don't know if armadillos are mentioned in the Bible. They're certainly an ancient animal. Somebody might want to look that up and put a little post there, or just stay focused here, or focus on armadillos. And of course, we're talking about love and peace and loving kindness for the entire month of February. We talked about 1 Corinthians last Sunday. I love 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 1. I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love. I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. Love is so important, is it not? And not just loving those that we already love, but to be able to love where we're not feeling or seeing love. We have so many wonderful exercises in that during our lifespans to see love where we don't think it is, or to extend or send love to people that we might not care about so much or even dislike. But if we believe in unity principles, number one, what's number one? God is all good and everywhere present. It's stated in different ways sometimes. And number two, that we all have that spark of the divine, that Christ light, not Jesus the Christ, but the Christ light within us all. That he was a great way shower and demonstrator of that. So if it's in us all, it's in us all. And we don't want to be a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal as a sign of not being understanding and loving. Deepak Chopra said in the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, which is the book study we're finishing up this coming Thursday, if you have life-centered, present moment awareness, then the imaginary obstacles, which are more than 90% of perceived obstacles, those things disintegrate and disappear. And another quote popped up. I don't quote him often, Franz Kafka. But it just seems so appropriate. I don't dislike him. It just doesn't come up in my quote stream very often. Do you have a quote stream? I'm not sure I even knew I had one. Franz Kafka said this: "You do not need to leave your room. Remain sitting at your table and listen. Are you at a table today or in a chair perhaps? Listen. But he goes on, do not even listen, simply wait. Be quiet, still, and solitary. Like we just did. The world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. It has no choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet. What a gift. I believe that comes from the universe. Franz Kafka. I loved the daily word that Rosemary read this morning. Felt like it was talking right to me. Do you get that feeling sometimes when you're reading a spiritual passage or listening to someone and it's like, wow, that's just for me and for anyone else also. That affirmation, the daily word or words, let go, let God, and then the affirmation, I do what is mine to do and release the rest. That sense of not overwhelming ourselves with too much, to do that which is important, to be able to discern, what a wonderful word in this spiritual world of ours, to discern what to hold on to and what to let go of, what to say yes to and what to say no to have healthy boundaries, you might say. Not a wall built around the self, but some gentle boundaries that you're aware of and that you, in your ultimate wisdom and understanding and knowledge, uphold and honor and expect others to honor also. So why armadillo? They're interesting. When threatened by a predator, and I don't know how to pronounce some of these words, Talaputus species, there's many different species of armadillos, they frequently roll up into a ball. Other armadillo species cannot roll up because they have too many plates, those bony patches on their back. I did not know this. The North American 9-banded armadillo, which is the type we see in Georgia, I believe, most often. And did you know that they originated in our part of the world? They're in other parts of the world. But they weren't in North America until the Isthmus of Panama came into being. How many? Many years ago. And they were able to cross over into Florida and now up into Georgia and other places. But that 9-banded one has a tendency to jump straight up in the air 3 to 4 feet when surprised. I did not know that. I will think about that when I'm on my trampoline now. But that ability to jump up in surprise, I don't know if they have that bred into them as a defense mechanism or it's just a startle response of some kind, is often why they're hit by cars, because they're actually jumping up from the road more into the car. An interesting fact to know. They're solitary animals, and they do not share their burrows with other adults. What does that have to do with love, and what does that have to do with self-care? Well, on Friday, I was sitting at my dining room table, looking out the glass doors through my deck, patio, and into my backyard, which is pretty much foresty. Could use a little tidying up, but I like the fact that a tree can fall back there, leaves can blow here and there, and I can just let it be. There's lots of critters back there. I've seen turtles and deer, lots of chipmunks, plenty of squirrels, and wonderful, wonderful different types of birds. Well, as I was sitting there on Friday, I noticed some movement in the bushes and it seemed a little larger than the typical wildlife. Wasn't a squirrel. I thought maybe a possum, maybe the neighbor's very large cat. It's kind of that tannish color. And as it got a little closer, I saw that it was an armadillo. I had not seen one yet this year. I see them pretty regularly in the summertime, usually toward evening or at night. Couldn't remember the last time I saw one in the daylight walking through the leaves of my backyard. And it went from left to right across my field of vision, which I was taught from one of my dear teachers in ministerial school, that the left is the spiritual and the right is the more earthly human part of us. So I thought, well, that is interesting, going from the spiritual into more of the experiential. And I paused a minute, and I went outside and kind of, because it was moving pretty quickly, and I tiptoed across the deck. Their hearing isn't very good, but their smell is. And I took a photo. And then I do what we usually do with things like that, and I immediately posted it on a Facebook page. Said, here's my armadillo, first one of the year. And I went on with my day until a few hours later, when it struck me that the day before, on Thursday, I'd spent extra time in meditation, and it was rich and it was deep. It was so lovely. And when I was done, I held some of my crystals. I contemplated some of the things that had come to me in meditation. And then I pulled out my wonderful pack, and I do this pretty regularly when I meditate, of medicine cards. They are by Jamie Sams and David Carson, and there's a book that comes with them. And there's about 60 cards in this deck, and I shuffle them, and then I just meditate for a few seconds and pull a card that's meaningful to me. I'm going to pause right there, and I'm going to show you the photo I took of Mr. or Ms. or them armadillo that was going through my yard. Might be a little hard to see because it blends in pretty well. Actually, Kevin, I'm going to walk over there and point to it. Oops. Don't run away, microphone. Not tall enough to point to it. Well, there's the end of its tail, and you can see its round back. And I do believe that that is the 9-banded variety, which I've also found out is a carrier of leprosy, but it's very difficult to get it from them unless you decide to eat one and you don't cook it properly, or you are handling them a lot. So don't handle your armadillos. So on Friday, I realized on Thursday when I was doing my meditation, and this is the second pack of these cards. I've been doing them for probably 20 years or more, and I love them. I love the wisdom that comes with pulling one and figuring out what my animal might be for the day. It might be something like swan for grace, or spider, which I always attribute to writing, the creativity. On Thursday, I pulled this card. I hope you can see that. I'm never quite sure how the camera is getting it. It's the Armadillo card, number 28, and I believe it is a 9-banded armadillo. So that was Thursday I pulled this card, and on Thursday I read the section about it in the Medicine Cards book. But by Friday I had forgotten about it. When I saw the actual armadillo in my yard, I'd totally forgotten. I'd pulled that card, and read the section in my book about it. Now, if you have a piece of paper handy, or you can do this little exercise later that I'm going to talk about in a minute, and a pencil, that would be great. If you have a charcoal pencil, I find they move easily across paper, but it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could be a pen. It can be any color paper, but a blank piece of paper would be great. It could be any size, but this is the size that I used, about 5 by 7, I think. Because I read this again on Friday. I know when Spirit's trying to tell me something. I don't always listen. I don't always know when it's telling me, but sometimes it takes a day. But I hear this. And this book is written from the Native American tradition of these animals. 28, Armadillo, Boundaries. I'm reading just a section. Armadillo wears its armor on its back. Its medicine, its healing, its energy, its spirit. Its medicine, a part of its body. Its boundaries of safety are a part of its total being. Armadillo can roll into a ball and never be penetrated by enemies. And then it talks to you as if you had pulled this card, which you sort of did because I showed it to you. What a gift it is to set your boundaries so that harmful words or intentions just roll off. Your lesson is in setting up what you are willing to experience. If you do not wish to experience feeling invaded, just call on Armadillo medicine. Excuse me. A clue to how to proceed is to make a circle on a piece of paper, excuse me, and see it as a medicine shield. Take that piece of paper you have, your pencil, your marker, whatever, and draw a circle on it. In the body of the shield or circle, write all the things that you are desiring to have, to do, or to experience. Include all things that give you joy. This sets up boundaries that allow only those chosen experiences to be part of your life. These boundaries also become a shield that ward off the things which are undesirable to you. Now, is it magical? You could think of it that way. Could it be your intention or your remembering of that? You're reminding yourself of what you want to see and what you don't? Yeah. The shield reflects what you are and what your will is to others on an unconscious level. So it strengthens, I think, your sense of well-being and your healthy boundaries. Outside of the shield on the paper, you may put what you are willing to experience by invitation only. For example, a visit from a long-lost relative, criticism from friends, or people needing some help with something. And it goes on. If Armadillo has waddled into the cards you chose, it's time to define your space. And it goes on to say, maybe you are giving too much of your energy away. Maybe you are allowing things to come into your life that do not serve you. Do you have your paper? Do you have a pen or pencil? So last night I sat and I first of all was going to think, well, I'll draw an armadillo in that circle before I put my things in it. And I had the picture of the armadillo in front of me, but it looks kind of like a cross between a cat and an alligator and a being from another dimension. Nah. But that's okay, I don't criticize. But what I found so engaging and so delightful was when I started drawing the circle with this is not charcoal, but a charcoal pencil. And I went around and around and around and around and around the circle. Now, I could have put the words inside that I wanted to experience, my joys, my likes, my desires, but I just totally became absorbed in this circle, in drawing it and feeling it and putting some wiggles in it, and realized that, yes, I can, and I know this, but I need to be reminded too, I can create my experience. I can focus on that which I'm wanting to see. That's what New Thought teaches. But sometimes I think we become so ethereal about things, so focused on the mind, so focused on what we want to create, that we forget to do physical exercises to remind us of that. So I hope you consider doing this today. And I guess you could do a bunch of circles, but drawing a circle, thinking about what you would like to see in your life and what you prefer not to see. And maybe including something in that circle that you have not yet included. Might be something that we're pushing outside of our boundaries. Perhaps not for the right reasons. A place where we can give love, a person that we can help. Maybe it's somebody we're uncomfortable about helping or loving. But on this metaphysical level, we can enter them into the circle. Perhaps fill them with our love, then gently let them go. You may find other ways of experiencing this circle as you walk through life. Perhaps someone that you care about is not responding to you or returning your phone calls or being in your life as much as you'd like. Maybe they have a gentle circle around them right now. Maybe they just need more time for themselves. Maybe your love can enter that circle even if your physical presence cannot right now. We talk about Ho'oponopono here a lot at Unity Athens, that Hawaiian ancient technique of sending love. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. This works in with that. Just holding love. Yes, healthy boundaries. Yes, draw the circle. What do you want to see in your life? What would you prefer to come in by invitation only? But when you draw your circles, draw them with a sense of love. And be sure to include yourself in that circle and hold it in love. Today, to close, let us send out some prayer. Maybe people in your mind or on your heart that are healing or going through something, or in grief, or in some type of physical pain, or in the hospital. Perhaps you know some medical workers that have been going through a lot in these last months. Perhaps you have friends or family that are living in Texas. Certainly, so much help is needed there, both on the physical level and on the spiritual level, to heal hearts and to send comfort and love. And there's so much going on in our country and in our world. And I know we hear so many things on the news and we get so caught up in it, but remembering we are love. And that's so powerful. We are beacons of light, not just y'all and us all here today, watching this video, but all of us. And when we let our light shine, it is clear as day, not the light, but the knowing, even though the light is clear as day too, that we encourage others to do the same. We empower others to do the same. We enlighten others to do the same. Are you shining your light today? I think you are. I can see it. Be aware you are and send it out into this world. I hear again and again people saying, I want things to be more positive. I want people to get along more. Let us be the impetus for that. You and you and you. Send out light right now. We're going to take about a half a moment in quiet and pray for all the places in the world that can use a prayer, for all the people in the world that will feel your prayer, for all the energy in the world that can use some light and love. Will you pray with me now? And we'll include you in the prayer if there's something going on in your life that can use healing. And your loved ones, let us pray. And we say thank you, infinite spirit, divine, holy, all that is. I can feel your energy. Thank you for praying together today. It is time to begin to close our service. We want to thank you for the support you've given Unity Athens over this very interesting last almost 12 months. There are so many ways to support us through our website at UnityAthens.com. Some folks like to mail in a check. Some folks like to stop by, like for today after the service, for our blessings and booklets. Some of us continually hold Unity Athens in prosperity and abundance. Thank you for your support. If you'd like to give today, or the thought of your giving in this week or weeks ahead, hold it over your heart now, if you will, as we say this simple blessing. I'll say it slowly, and you can repeat it after me if you would like. Thank you, Kevin. We're so appreciative of Kevin. This is our sacred exchange affirmation. Why sacred exchange? Because we know as we give it returns to us multiplied, absolutely multiplied, abundantly. This is an ancient concept. And we're not saying give here. Yes, we love your support. If your faith center is somewhere else, give there. As it goes out, it flows back to you. Let's say this together now, if you will. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am so blessed. Thank you, your name for the divine. Amen. And so it is. We represent the gifts that are coming in and that have come in by these lovely hearts going into the basket. And we see you blessed abundantly. Reminding all about our March 14th annual meeting, please join us for that. And if you're a member, please see about getting your member renewal card signed. And you know what? There's a very exciting opportunity open, several of them, to be on the board. It's a wonderful experience. We get to really know each other. We get to pray together. We get to make decisions for Unity Athens. We're able to meet virtually, and that will continue even after we open up. We have people that want to meet virtually. We can meet virtually. Think about it. Think about what you love and how you can support it. And I hope Unity Athens falls into that category of love. Today, as we close, we will share that beautiful song from Karen Drucker, I send my love over the mountains, I send my love over the sea, I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me in love and joy and peace and power. Hold our world in light and love like we just did in our prayer. Thank you so much for being here today. Please send a comment, share this with a friend. It'll be up on replay shortly and on YouTube in a few days. We love you. We are connected. Feel that connected. Feel that connection. You're not alone. Your life is wonderful. Your purpose is strong, and who you and what you are is amazing and full of love. You are divine. Say that with me if you will. I am divine. Namaste. Blessings and love.
Over the sea, I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my power over the mountains. I send my power over the sea. I send my power into the heavens, and it returns to me.
Remember to stop by and get a booklet today until about 2 o'clock.
Over the mountains,
And a blessing.
I send peace. Over the sea, I send peace.
Send out that peace. It's returning to you.
It returns to me. I send my power.
Feel that power, draw it up from Mother Earth and send it out. Empower others to live their best life, to see light and love in their world.
I send my power
Send your power.
into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love
Send your love,
over the mountains.
directed or undirected. Just send it out, pour it out, flow it out.
I send my love into the
You are a being of love.
and it returns
You are light in the world. You are the essence of God in physical form. It flows out and it returns to you. It flows out and returns to you.
returns to me.
It returns to you.
It returns to me.
it returns to you.
It returns to me.
Namaste.